Welcome to the Loonie to Toonie video on stocks, where I talk about how I read price history charts and how I find stocks to invest in. I'm Gina Deal, the author of the book Loonie to Toonie and financial blogger for my website loonietotoonie.com. This video contains some advanced investor knowledge, but don't let this discourage you if you're new to stock investing. You don't need to know this to invest, but it could help supplement your own research. I recommend that you visit loonietotoonie.com and check out the stock page, where I provide useful information for anyone starting out and for those of you who are more advanced. This video is purely for information sharing purposes so that readers of my book, financial blog, and columns have an idea of how I seek and make decisions on my own stocks. Please recognize that there are varying degrees of risk to investing. First, I'll begin with how I read price history charts. I've been using free stock charts for years to analyze both Canadian and US stocks. There are a lot of features that you can use on this program for your own analysis. I hardly use any features because I like to keep my process simple. I love free stock charts because it's a lot like the charts I get on my own trading platforms, only I don't have to pay. There's a slight price delay on the free version, but if you want access to all the scanning features, formulas, and real-time pricing, then you can pay a monthly fee. There are other similar chart programs out there, so shop around to find out what works best for you. This has worked for me for years, so I'll show you how I read charts using this program. You can look up most stocks that trade on the Canadian and US exchanges on free stock charts just by hovering your mouse over the screen and typing in any company name, like Lululemon. Today, I'll use Afria as an example because its chart is easy to read. Now let's take a closer look. On this column, we have the price range, and on this row, we have the trade volume, which is the number of shares that are traded. I like to know the price range that a stock trades in a given period of time, so I use candlestick bars to get better visuals on the price range. It takes practice getting used to reading candles, but after a while, it becomes second nature. You can have different settings for most charting programs. One example is the line as I'm showing you here, but I prefer the candlestick because it gives me more information instantly. Right now I'm looking at a daily chart, so each candlestick tells me the trading activity of the stock in one day. If I click on a candlestick, I get a box that pops up. I can see the stock opened at $5.48, traded as high as $5.73, and as low as $5.48. It last traded or closed at $5.72. There are many ways that you can format your charts and bars to have different colors and settings. I chose the two most common colors for my candlesticks, green and red. The pop-up box also tells me how many shares were traded. On the same day, it traded 1.3 million shares. I can visually see down here if the trading volume was higher or lower compared to other days. The volume bar is red when there's more selling of shares in a period of time than there was buying. It's green if more shares were bought than sold. A stock's price range is important because it gives you a sense of how much range a stock trades on average. If a stock has a day where it trades at a huge price range, it means a lot of action is likely to follow. What happens after could be good, bad, volatile, or uncertain. Like the volume candles, a red price candlestick bar means the stock closed negative, below its opening price. The green color means the stock closed positive, above its opening price. Free stock charts lets you have multiple charts on your screen, and you can select different layouts for viewing. I prefer to view 4 charts in this layout using multiple time frames to give me more information on a stock's price history. On the weekly chart, each candle represents one week. This particular week closed higher than it began, so it's green. This week closed lower in price than at the start of its period, which is why it's red. The monthly chart goes back further in time to give me more information on the price's history. To make more informed decisions, I also consider the yearly chart. There are a lot of different trade setups with funny descriptions like cup and handle and head and shoulders. I only focus on basic consolidations, which is simply a lot of trading that happened in a narrow price range. I'll draw some lines here to identify consolidations. A long consolidation moving in a narrow price range means that more shares are being traded at that price. I like them to be at least a month long because more and more demand will drive the price up. Rising prices attract more investors, and you can see how the trading volume increases to reflect that. If you've read my blogs on stock picking, you will have seen this image. It's actually Afria. I just changed the settings and I drew a plane because price consolidations remind me of runways. I like to buy a stock early in its move up, like when a plane is just starting to take off, as the goal in any of my trades is to buy low and sell high. My favorite trade setup is when I see a consolidation with increasing volume and thinning trading ranges. I love how this small candle has a lot of buying going on, depleting shares around this price. This could mean a big move is about to happen, and above here is where I usually look to enter, nice and early. You can see how the following big green candle after triggers a big move. Now I'll talk about how I find stocks. Free Stock Charts has great scanning features in stock categories. There's one that lists Canadian common stocks found on both the TSX and TSX Venture exchanges. I can sort by volume, price, or by other criteria to specify my search. There's also a list for Canadian ETFs, and I can sort the same way. These lists don't have every single stock, but they cover most of them. You can also add columns for different additional features. When I find stocks that I like, I create a watch list, and I add stocks to that list to save them. You can create multiple watch lists to suit your various preferences. I also find stocks by looking up an index ETF's holdings, and I analyze them on Free Stock Charts. If I'm interested in a stock that's setting up, I'll add it to a watch list. Later on, I can review my watch list for easy reference and set price alerts on stocks. To find suitable stocks in the US exchanges, I use the screener on finviz.com. I filter for stocks that trade 500,000 shares per day on average. I add the current volume filter and select a higher value of 1 million shares. Stocks trading above their average volume might soon have a big move. I like stocks to be at least $5 in price. I narrow my search more by adding the technical filter of average true range, and I select the value over 1. This filters for stocks with recent abnormal price action, and I get a tighter selection. Then I sort the list by sector. This way I can jump to other sectors I might be more interested in. With practice, scanning can be done quickly. So far I take notice of PVH, PM, MJN, and KMB. At a glance I can see so far that these stocks have decent consolidations. On the following page, I really like Estee Lauder's chart. These small charts cover the last few months for quick reference, but you can click on the symbol to see more. When you create a free account with FinViz, you can save your search's preset criteria and label it. Saving your presets allows you to instantly pull up stocks that meet that criteria. Free stock charts in FinViz have so many other features that can either help you or distract you. Figure out which ones will help you efficiently find stocks. Once I find interesting stocks, I investigate further by looking to the companies, the sectors, the dividend payments, press releases, etc. Be sure to do the extra research necessary for you to feel confident in your investment choices. Thank you for watching. Learn more through my website loonietotoonie.com, where you can also find out where to follow me on social media. Invest wisely and well.